on my way out, I grabbed my bags. I had 2 bags in my hand, and I said like this. I said, "See you around, ghosts," just for the hell of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what made me do that.
Yeah.
But I just thought, you know what? I didn't sleep for 2 friggin' nights in this hotel. I was so freaked out. So I said,
You just
so
want to
long.
thank 'em.
Yeah, see you around, ghosts, right? Guys, on my life.
The hairs in the back of my neck are
I know.
already
So
standing
wait,
up.
I ran out of that room
the
so
heck?
fast. I was dripping when I got downstairs. Never in my life had I ever been that freaked out. Happy Friday, everybody! Happy Friday! Woo!
It's a creepy Friday.
Yeah, Halloween's coming up next week, everybody. We
got
are days
Halloween.
away from the spooky holiday of the year. Some people love it. Some people actually hate it.
Yeah.
But you know what? What we love is being here with you all on this lovely Friday.
Yep.
Andy's still doing wolf noises.
He's still doing sound effects.
We just could do that for like an hour. Thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend.
I
What
get
the
into it,
hell
man.
did we just listen to?
I love all holidays. I'm a festive creature.
But some people, look, Halloween is either a love it or
Very.
hate it. Some people hate it.
Festive.
And other people are obsessed. It's their favorite holiday of the year. You go to like Disneyland and see like the Halloween. People drive around and go to these. Have you seen this like Knights of the Jack or something like this at Gillette Ranch out in? Well, we're out here in California.
We've been there, Joe.
We've been there.
Why are you
yes.
saying, have you seen this?
Oh yeah,
We
I did.
went
I did
last
take you
year.
guys there. That's right.
Me too?
No,
Not last year. I
went
took you.
there.
I don't think
Maybe
I
you
went.
weren't.
I went.
You might have been
No.
AWOL again.
I'm not. See, I'm on the not so loving side of Halloween.
Matt-
Yeah, I don't love it.
On Halloween,
I don't love it.
Matt's scared of spooky ghouls, so he gets in bed, pulls the sheets over his head.
Really?
It's
And
not
watches Animal
necessarily-
Planet.
No, it's not necessarily the scary part. I just don't like.
Yeah, you're a scaredy cat.
No, for
you don't
me,
even like the dark.
no, for me, I don't like. At this point in my life, like I never really liked them, but I thought I had to put up with it. Of
course.
I thought I had to.
Right.
Do you remember? Especially too, as being an actor, it's a little weird doing Halloween because we dress up for our normal lives for our profession.
Right.
So then to have to dress up for Halloween is like, oh my gosh. But I would do it. I felt peer pressure, and I would just do it.
Yeah.
You know, I would get into it. I would get dressed up. I'd deal with the crowds and go to parties, and then I realized in my mid-20s, I just really don't like it. And then I figured out why. And then I don't really like letting that kind of stuff into my reality. I don't like letting that
It's
dark
only-
stuff. Like I don't
it's
want to
only-
watch somebody get murdered. I don't want that in my head.
No,
especially
no.
before I'm going to
It's scary.
bed.
It's scary
I don't
stuff.
want that. No, I don't like it. And so now at this point, I'm just kind of like, I don't really want to.
I like the old classic stories like Ichabod Crane and the Headless Horseman.
That's kind of cool.
the old Disney
Yeah, I can
stuff.
get into
Sleepy
those.
Hollow is
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that kind of stuff. Alvin and the Chipmunks, Halloween.
There
That's
you
great.
go.
I love that
Alvin
kind
and
of
the
stuff. Old
Shit
school.
Amongst Halloween.
great, dude. They
Ernest
have-
Scared Stupid.
Oh, we went
Ernest
through that,
Scared
man. You
Stupid.
and me.
That one.
Yeah.
Actually,
We watched that together.
the Halloween movie,
Me and Andy.
Mother's Milk. That one was
Oh
actually
my
pretty
gosh.
good.
Ernest Scared
I
Stupid.
really like that
loved
one.
it. I
Yeah.
loved
The
Ernest.
Ernest movies. Do you remember those?
Oh wow! But
Crazy
Ernest
stuff.
Scared Stupid in particular.
Yeah.
Do you remember the
Great.
troll and they had like those?
Yes.
Mother's
And
Milk.
and for people that are just listening to us, that aren't watching us on YouTube, even though
Yo,
you should,
festive.
we are
Very
we-
festive.
We did our best attempt to be Halloween centric.
Yeah.
Can we welcome our guest?
Yes.
Everybody, a round of applause for Mr. Bones.
Mr. Bones, everybody.
Wow, you're looking thin these days, pal.
Yeah.
Skin and bones.
calorie deficit program.
He doesn't
no,
have a lot to say, but
no, but he's here. We should have put a patch on him and called him One Eye Willie.
oh,
Yeah,
Goonies.
Good enough.
That's actually that would be like a
A
Halloween
perfect
movie
Halloween
for me.
movie.
Yeah,
Goonies would be
yeah,
dope.
That's awesome.
You know what my favorite part about Halloween
Goonies?
is honestly the
That's
candy.
That's year round.
Is honestly candy.
On
I just
Halloween?
love getting a couple of
What's wrong
Reese's
with you
peanut butter
guys?
cups or Reese's
Yeah.
Pieces or a couple of like Three Musketeers. I love just having like my little bowl of like Halloween treats. That's my
Yeah,
favorite
I'm
part.
with you on that.
And I like seeing the kids all dressed up. It's cute. But I don't like the demonic like
Yeah, no, I
demon
can't-
stuff.
oh,
I'm not
no,
big fans
no,
of that
no,
stuff
no.
too
I can't
much.
let that
But
in my
yeah, no, I don't
You
like it.
guys suck.
My life.
No, I don't like it. No, I don't like it. The energy is weird. It's weird. All the gore and stuff.
I don't like it.
Plus, I feel like so much crap's going on in the world today.
I don't
like
need
the
it.
last thing I
Oh
want to see
my
is more stuff.
God.
You know,
It's true.
But I do like the fun stuff. The adventures. You know, like Goosebumps is kind of fun.
I think I
Things
should
like that.
leave.
Really?
Yeah.
Leave. Cool.
I don't even know why
Leave.
are we related.
Take your devil horns and leave.
I really like the campfire stories.
Me too.
That's kind of fun.
Haunted stories. I
And-
like the haunted stories.
I love that kind of stuff.
You guys
too.
ever stayed at a haunted hotel?
Yes.
Have you?
Yes.
Because let me tell you something. I stayed at a haunted hotel once, okay?
Okay.
And I stayed at the Pfister Hotel in Milwaukee. Okay, now the Pfister,
Yeah,
Guido Pfister, I think, built that hotel.
Okay.
And it was in the late 1800s, right? And he wanted to make it one of the grandest hotels in the country.
Wow.
Okay, he spent, I think, $1 million.
The grandest hotel in the
Something crazy,
country.
right. And he built it,
Wow.
apparently, on a graveyard,
Ooh.
which is not necessarily the best thing
Sacred
to do.
graveyard.
Right.
You should not put something between you.
And a burial
heaven.
land.
Right. You're right.
Oh.
You're exactly right. So anyway, so
Wait.
we were there.
Sorry, I say that again. You should
That
never
makes-
put anything between the dead and heaven.
Right.
What?
Exactly. Well, because
hotel?
the bones
They're
got
buried, so the
Uh,
hotel goes on top. Where are they going to go if they need to go up?
That's an interesting point. I never thought of
They
that.
have to go right through the hotel.
That's creepy unto
least-
itself. Yeah.
at least
Wait a
it's
minute.
called gravity, and
At least,
he
well,
died.
and obviously
Guido-
spirits are still affected to the. But the only thing is, would they all be good, right? Because all the bad ones would be going down.
doesn't matter. Lost souls.
To me,
I think
Still
the bad
cause-
ones. I think the bad ones just stick around.
Just stick exactly. I was just about to say
Yeah.
they get trapped in
In the
hotel.
hotel.
Wait a
They
minute.
make
Wait
it
a minute,
out.
guys. That's what's happened. So wait a minute. So this is notoriously been haunted.
See, I
okay?
couldn't stay at that hotel.
Now
ever.
I didn't. Well, I didn't. Know
I wouldn't
this.
sleep for.
I didn't
second
know this.
in
Okay, I
that
didn't know
hotel.
this when I stayed there.
Okay.
And they're like, "Do you?" When I checked in, they're like, "Hey, do you want to stay in the old tower or the new tower?" Now I didn't even think anything about
That's
this. Wait.
Right then, if somebody asked me
Right.
that question, I'm like, I'll choose neither.
Well, I said, well, here's the crazy thing.
Joe definitely
I
said new
I
tower.
did say new tower. And here's what he said.
We don't have
He's
any
like,
rooms left,
yes.
sir.
They said, unfortunately, we don't have any rooms.
So,
So I was like,
I'll
all right,
take
I guess
the old tower.
So wait a minute.
No.
So it turns out that Guido Pfister died before the hotel opened. Okay.
In the
His son-
hotel?
Yeah, and his son
Wait, did he die
Charles.
in the
I'm not
hotel?
sure about that, but his son Charles Pfister took it over. Okay. And the hotel opened with a lot of fanfare, but there was some weird crap that went down in the hotel. Okay. And the hotel was constantly having electrical issues
Okay.
and constantly having elevator issues. Okay.
Sounds like the Tower of Terror ride.
And it's been reported that several weddings happened there.
Mm.
And there was a bride to be that was marrying a very wealthy, like businessman who had a very wealthy family,
Mm.
and they didn't approve of her. Okay.
Oh.
And on her wedding night,
This
she
is
was
awesome.
pushed down the elevator shaft
oh my God.
to her death.
Really?
Yes. And ever since then, she has
She
haunted
walks
the
the
hotel.
halls.
Oh my
As
gosh.
well as,
Ooh.
yes, the son, Charles Pfister. He was obsessed with
Hey,
the
this
hotel.
is a great
He was obsessed-
mini-series
It would be.
for Netflix.
He was obsessed with the hotel.
The
And
Pfister.
he frequents the hotel. And his shadow, there have been artist renderings of his shadow walking the
Ooh,
hall.
Really?
Yes, kids have drawn his picture in the
No.
hallways.
No way.
Yes.
Who's that
Yes.
strange
Yes.
man walking down the
Wait a
hallway,
minute.
Mommy?
So I didn't know any of this. I'm checking in there, right?
And
And I found out about this while I was there. So at the time, okay, I was there and
I would
all
hope
of a sudden
you wouldn't have. I mean, unless you were like looking
Well,
for ghosts.
I
why
was
would
in
you
bed. Okay.
Sign up for this.
And the bathroom light turned on when I was in bed. Okay. And I was like, wait a minute. So I go into the bathroom, no joke, and I turn off the light. Okay. And I get back in bed. All right. Now I'm trying not to. I said, okay, whatever.
The hairs in the back of my neck are
I
already
know.
standing
So wait,
up. Just
So
telling
I
you
get
right
back
now.
in bed, and I have the TV on. I'm trying to like settle myself down, and I'm like, I'm just gonna watch TV, just go to sleep. It's gonna be cool.
By the way, sorry to interrupt you, but
Yeah.
in this incredible story, it's really hard to take you seriously in your full cowboy outfit.
Howdy, folks.
Exactly.
Hang on to your hats and glasses. Get ready for the wildest ride in the wilderness.
okay, now continue.
Finish your story.
All right,
Don't
so-
get sidetracked.
So I get back in bed, right? Okay. Cue music. No, and I'm watching TV, and you have that side eye thing, right? That side eye thing, right? So the light comes back on, and goes off, and comes back on and goes
No.
off. Yes, dude. So I was like, okay. So wait.
Like,
So wait a minute.
blink,
Right. Right.
blick, blick, blick,
Yes.
blick, blick,
Wait,
blick.
hold on.
Oh, my
3
goodness.
times. Goes on and off, and on and off and on and off. I'm trying not to freak out. So I'm trying to ignore
Dot,
it, but I
dot,
know it's
dash?
doing it. Okay, I can see it.
was it Morse code?
So I go to sit up. Okay, the light ends up on. I go to sit up.
Trying to communicate.
Hold on, wait a minute. And I get out of bed like, all right, I'm going in there,
Yeah, that's
right?
it.
And when I stand up, goes off. Okay, wait a minute.
I literally just got
Right.
these weird chills going through my
Right.
entire body
Yeah.
right
So
now.
then, at the time, okay, Charlie was with me. Okay, Charlie, right? My
Yeah.
oldest daughter at the time, she was like a baby, like maybe 10 months. She had one of those little toys that when you press it, it go ding ding.
Oh,
ding, ding, ding,
no,
ding.
the toy goes off. Oh,
So
that's so creepy.
I go in there in the bathroom, I check everything, nothing. Okay, except the faucet's dripping. Okay,
What?
literally dripping.
If it
and I-
starts to drip red, I'm going to freak
No,
out.
dude, I would have literally. Okay, so I get back in bed, and her little toy is sitting on the table, and that toy turns on.
Oh no.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not
So
okay with
long
this.
story short, I go down the next morning and I was like, "Hey, did we were having electrical issues last night?"
Oh,
She was like, "No, we weren't. No, everything was fine." I was like, "My bathroom light turned on and off and on and off and on and off." She was like, "No, that's impossible." I was like, "No, it's not. It's very possible. I saw it." Okay. So anyway, they then referred me to a number that I could call
no.
to talk about it because apparently,
this happens a lot.
a lot.
Like an emotional support
And
number
I guess
for
a lot of baseball players. I looked up a lot of baseball players because I guess it was on like the
Are you
MLB
serious?
tour.
Oh,
So wait,
my God.
baseball
serious,
players
Clark?
teams would check in, okay, and they would be haunted the whole night. Have serious haunts.
Wow.
Yes, lights turning on and off, electrical outlets, their phones vibrating. I forget the name of the baseball player, but he said back in the day, he had an iPod, right? So this is like a few years ago, but it was his music turned
decades,
on.
more
Yeah,
like.
his music turned on in the middle of the night.
Oh, wow.
Just literally turned on and started playing.
Wow.
All right, so
What if it was like a really creepy song? Like,
so long story short.
Wait, I'll be watching you.
Yeah. How about I got a feeling somebody's watching me and I get no privacy. Da-da-da. I got a feeling somebody's watching me and I get no privacy. Whoa.
So true.
Yeah, Michael Jackson did that.
I kinda-
Actually,
I kind
Rockwell.
of do prefer though. Every breath you take. This is so creepy
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
a horror movie.
Can you slow it down?
Every move you make, every scene.
Yes.
you take.
That's kind of creepy.
So wait,
Yeah.
so
Good
long
luck
story
getting the
short,
rights
not
to
to get
it.
too long-winded, I was freaked out. I slept with the covers over my head, okay?
what does that help exactly?
I don't know. It's kind of like the old boogeyman syndrome. You
Yeah.
know, like, if I can't see you, you can't see me.
Yeah, it's like the
Right.
ostrich thing. They stick their heads in
Yeah,
the sand.
yeah. Nothing is there, but they're there. Anyway, so long story short, I was only there, okay, for one more night. But on the way out,
I would
I
have been
just
there for one more
refused-
night.
I went up to get the bags, right? Okay, at
Yeah.
the very end, we were all loaded into the bus and we were getting ready to get to the airport. I walked back into the room just to get the bags, and it had these panels on this bay window, right in
Okay.
there, okay, and the AC unit was above it. You know, they had like the vents. It's an old hotel, so just to be flippant, okay, which is a great SAT word by the way. I on my way out, I grabbed my bags. I had 2 bags in my hand, and I said like this. I said, "See you around, ghosts," just for the hell of it. I don't know what made me do that,
Yeah.
but I just thought, you know what? I didn't sleep for 2 friggin' nights in this hotel.
Yeah.
I was so freaked out. So I said,
You just
"So
wanna
long,
thank 'em.
yeah. See you around, ghosts." Right, guys, all my life, I said that, and literally, the wainscoted panels blew off the walls. Did I ever tell you guys this story?
No, man. What?
Literally exploded off the walls
What?
with dust at me. Jumped about, I swear to God, came within a foot of me.
What?
I literally screamed at the top.
You're running down.
I ran out of that room
What the
so
heck?
fast. I was dripping when I got downstairs. I didn't take the elevator.
Oh, man.
I literally was on the 8th floor. I took the stairs because I didn't want to get in the elevator because they had a lot of crap going on with the elevators too. Okay, guys, never in my life had I ever been that freaked out.
Well,
And like ghosts are, I don't know what the hell that was.
It's really
I don't know if
strange.
you're a believer in paranormal or not. But
Well,
I'll tell you, it went a long way to like freaking me the heck out.
Here's my personal take on it, from my
Yeah.
own mind, to try to grapple with the idea
Yeah.
of all this. Is that,
Yeah, they blew off the wall, guys.
everything's energy,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So I've been learning a lot now with the fact that, the whole placebo pill effect. Like it's
Yeah.
all what your mind perceives. That's what reality really is. It's
Mhm.
not what reality you think it is. So if everything's energy, then in essence, ghosts should be very possible.
Possible.
But I didn't necessarily believe or not believe. I don't know. I didn't really believe, but I got to be honest. I've had a
Dude.
similar thing happen,
Did you?
and it was right here in this house.
What?
Yes. Now,
Wait, the house the studio's in?
the house the studio is in.
What?
Well, yes, because I've lived here for
Yeah,
a long
guys. All right, listen.
time.
I'm gonna go.
Yes.
I know you have.
And one
Since
time,
1893, since the Pfister opened.
it's
Actually,
true.
You've
That's
been
right.
Here.
It's right.
Yeah.
There's
You and Guido Pfister. Guido Pfister.
Oh, my
Is that
gosh.
the greatest name ever? All right, good.
I'm down here.
Isn't Guido like isn't like that a name, like a term
Italian name.
Yeah, Italian name.
Guido. Oh yeah, but Guido's also became like a
negative?
what a Guido.
Oh,
you know, like
right.
remember, like
Yeah,
we,
you're
we were
right.
we were called Guidos.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Like
that's
the
right.
East Coast Italian guys.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Anyway, wore the shirts open with the gold chains.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I've done that. Yeah, with the gold chain.
Oh my God.
Andy's got a gold chain on. All right, go ahead. So anyway, finish.
So I'm actually in this room, which used to be the TV room, like the movie theater. You
Yeah,
come
of
down
course,
here, you
of
like the
course.
fireplace, watch something. And I'm down here and I'm putting together a reptile cage, of course, right?
Wow, shocker.
Because right behind me in this little closet was my breeding facility.
Right.
It's where I incubated
Not for
all-
you.
No.
It's for the animals.
No, not my breeding facility. That'd be weird. Come into the closet.
Come into the breeding
That's
closet.
really creepy.
What, Matt?
I'm
You're
not
a creep.
No. So this was where I had incubated all the eggs. I was raising all my baby chameleons. All the babies, right, were in here. So I'm down here. I'm putting together this little cage I needed for one specific kind of chameleon. And I hear, I'm not kidding, Joe, the front door open
Oh, God.
and boots, like heavy boots.
Shut up,
work
dude.
boots.
Dude.
Because I always say this house is like a ninja house. And what that means is that it has old hardwood floors.
Yeah.
You can't make a step in this house. But
It's
by the
true.
way, they used to design their homes that way on purpose.
You could hear.
In Japan, so that you could hear a step, so they could wake up and defend their family. Anyway, so that's what this house is like. And I'm not kidding you. I heard heavy boots, like work boots. And I thought maybe it was you because it was the motorcycle boot kind of a sound.
Wow.
And clump, clump, and it walks all the way to the kitchen. I swear on my life, I go, Joe, like, what are you doing here? And I run up the stairs,
God.
go to the front door, go to the kitchen,
dude.
looking around. All of a sudden, I'm starting to get really nervous, man.
Oh, my God.
I grab a knife. Like, I'm like, this
Yeah.
is, before Andy, taught me how to take care of myself. I didn't have a dog at this point, nothing, dude. I'm like, I grab a knife.
Before Andy taught me how to fight.
No, not fight. I just
beat
didn't want
me
to
up.
name
No,
it specifically.
he beat me up real
No,
good.
That's not what Andy took care of. That's not how Andy took care. Andy
Come on,
armed. Andy armed me.
Throw a good
Full
right-hand
on
hook like
armed me.
this. Finish this.
So I go I grab a knife. I'm not kidding. I call the police, dude.
What?
They come. I'm embarrassed now at this point. There is nothing. They can't figure out anything. I still to this day am wondering, did somebody walk through my house and jump a fence in the backyard, or was it
A ghost.
a ghost? Because
Wow.
I'm not telling you. I don't.
Have you ever heard anything since?
Nothing like that, man. Nothing so specific. Joe, I'm telling you, God is my witness. That front door opened, closed, and somebody with boots walked through this house. Period.
Wow.
End of story.
The police end up arresting you because they think you're on drugs.
Right. No, dude.
Anyway, but I got another story about that.
Remember
Okay,
when
so
that ambulance driver thought you were on drugs? You really weren't sick?
That's a whole nother
Dude,
story. Oh
dude,
my gosh.
Matt was dying.
One of the
literally,
worst things that's ever
was
happened. to me,
poison or
man.
something, and the ambulance shows up, and this guy literally thinks like they see a bunch of young guys
I'll
in
tell
the
you what
house,
happened.
and they think he's on drugs.
Yeah, I'll
and
tell
they're
you what
like,
happened.
"What did he take?"
I
I'm
was
like,
out in
nothing. I swear to God, he's just ill, and they're like really rough with Matt.
No. Just it was one of the worst.
Come on.
Whoa, worst experiences.
Slap you around.
Worst
stretcher. I swear
guys.
to God, dude.
No. Worst
It
experiences
was
of my
insane,
life.
dude.
I was working in the front yard. I wasn't wearing
was
gloves,
wild.
and I was a smoker at that point.
Okay.
I must have dug through some sort of wild mushroom, not realized it, and then
so
smoked
weird.
all day, and was biting my nails. And I got.
Oh God.
I mean, when I tell you I got poisoned worse
Tox-
than I've
yeah, it
ever
was some
experienced,
toxicity
it was
thing.
like out of those movies. Everything started to go blurry and hazy. I was uncontrollable out of any body fluids.
You're shitting
Laying
all
on
over the
floor.
house.
It got to the point where I couldn't breathe. I said, I crawled to
Did you
Andy.
crap on the floor?
Oh, it was a disaster.
You crapped on the floor?
Can we stop expose? Why are you guys hanging? I'm not the only one
What's
that's
the
done
matter?
this.
Why do you crap everywhere?
Stop that! It wasn't like that. It
Yes.
was vomit. It was
Yeah,
piss. Anyway,
so good. dude.
anyway, so
it was
It's starting
funny.
to become a trend.
they come.
You can't control your
Stop
bodily
it. It's not a
fluids.
trend. This is only the second other time in my
What do you mean
life.
the
and
second
I'm
time you
exposing
mentioned
it.
it on this show?
Come on.
What does that
Second
mean? You
time
go
period in my life.
All right, continue.
I'm
Once in the
definitely ill.
car,
Guys,
and once on the floor. What?
guys, I am definitely I am deathly ill. Stop. Listen, let me finish the story besides you make fun of me anymore. I'm deathly ill. I mean, this is the most sick I've ever been. I'm contemplating whether or not I'm going to make it.
No,
or
he was
not.
gonna be fine.
It was really, really bad.
Yeah.
They get there. It's Saturday night, 11 p.m.
Okay.
I hear, the one thing I can hear is it wasn't, the paramedics were busy. It was the fire company. So it was 7 firemen.
Oh, God.
I don't know if it was 7.
They get
Couple,
there.
though. A
They
lot of
get there.
guys.
It was like the whole company.
They're just
No.
beating them up
Oh, I'll
in the
never
front yard.
forget it. Pretty much.
Stand up.
Pretty much.
Stand up.
They asked, first question they asked Andy, has this guy done any drugs or alcohol tonight? And he's like,
No, I said it's 11 p.m.
hold on, Andy. No. Andy went,
We don't start drugs until at least 2.
No. He paused. He went, Well, I mean, I can't say for certain, but I know. But I didn't see him because he was worried about, like, I don't know why he was worried.
Or maybe I don't know what he's doing.
He was worried. He was like, I don't know for certain.
Smoked a bad, I don't know.
Is what he said.
Something.
Instead of saying no, and he goes, what does that mean? He was like, no, I mean, no, he didn't. He was working outside all day or so. Anyway,
I was hoping
from that
Matt would
point on,
communiate for himself, but at this point
He was busy defecating.
He's defecating all over the floor.
It's happening again. That's not in any way, shape, or
It kind
form.
of is true. Like,
I
it
couldn't
was
speak.
kind of like
What
that.
is this, a scab? Let me eat it.
You guys are
He's eating his own scabs and taking craps on the floor. He's gotten into something.
in a straight jacket, rocking back and forth.
If I could just get a scab.
Oh my God!
Any scabs, anybody?
He's this creature.
Settle me stomach.
He's a creature of the night.
You're so creepy.
Anyway,
dude.
can I finish the story?
What a creepy guy. What a perfect guy for
Anyway,
this
so-
holiday.
From that point forward, I was the drunk asshole. So wait.
You were the drunk asshole.
Two guys get underneath my arms. They drag me out of the house. Even Andy's going, hey, wait a minute. I can hear Andy going, hey, wait a minute. I don't know what's going on. And the guy leans into my ear and goes, you're going to know what happens to drunk assholes. Wait, I can't speak. I swear to God, you're going to know what happens to drunk assholes who take the real lifesavers away from people who are in real danger. Oh my God. And I'm trying to scream, Andy, help me. I can't. They throw me on they pick me up, body slam me onto the stretcher, strap me down, kick me into the ambulance.
Oh my God.
And then nobody rides with me. Nobody gives me any fluids. I'm still now struggling to breathe. It was one of the hardest things. Now wait, the guy from the front, I finally try to grab something. He slaps my hand away and goes, lay still, you asshole. I swear to God, I get in there and then I finally vomit on one of the guys. Dude, he goes, oh, you vomited on me? I swear to God, he kicks the cart, opens the doors, and kicks me into the hospital. And I just roll in there and they left. And I stand in the lobby with nobody there for 10 minutes. The nurse comes over, thinks the same thing. Oh, God, we got another drunk, right? They wheel me in. They take my blood. 20 minutes later, I'm still barely able to get breath out. 20 minutes later, they come in. 4 nurses come in, start hooking me up to everything. Oh, my God. We didn't know it. We found out you're poisoned. They
lost my
start
horns.
hooking me up to everything. About 4 hours pass. I feel so much better. The antitoxin, all the stuff they give me starts working. I finally am able to communicate. Yeah. The nurse goes, I know, honey. I'm so sorry. We're all sorry. Saturday nights, it's like 95% like drunk or overdoses. So it's really hard. Here's the best part.
What?
I got an $11,000 bill from the fire company for that ride.
Oh, wow.
$11,000?
Because it was the fire department that had to respond.
Okay.
Wow.
I did say, Matt, do I need to call the ambulance? Can I drive you? And then he shit on the floor again. I was like, I'll call the ambulance.
Thanks, Andy.
Oh, my God.
Appreciate
hey, man, I'm here for you. Oh, you know what? I'm going to get you a ride.
Oh, God.
My gosh. Wow.
I'd never seen my older
That's
brother
my
not
story.
control of him. Throw up
I was
and
poisoned. I was literally like writhing on the floor.
I crazy mushrooms that were in my front yard.
Yeah, I'll never forget him. It was like this brown, slimy type of stuff that was kind of all over the base of this tree, and I just dug it all out.
And it was
put all,
glowing?
I wasn't thinking, right? I just never even thought. So I'd light a cigarette in my mouth. I'm chewing my nails, and I remember getting this like incredibly, like almost like a metally, toxic battery taste in my mouth and never thinking it, and then spitting out, swigging some water, and then about an hour later, I started to feel really weird.
Chewing on my nails.
But by 11 p.m. that
chewing
night,
on my toenails.
I didn't.
Oh, God.
I just didn't tell anybody, and by 11 p.m.
Creature,
it
dude.
reached like
What
like,
bridge?
I just couldn't
Crawling
emergency.
out from under
Somebody,
our
for
full
the people
moons.
just listening to this, dude, you've made yourself completely psychopathic. I mean, I'm chewing on my nails, digging in the dirt, smoking. I mean,
That's just what it was, man.
Anxiety-ridden, like
digging up trees.
monster.
I mean, what's
I was always replanting.
I
and
grew a
rechanging.
tail and
Still am.
you know, wow,
Yeah.
Dude, that
that's
was
something else.
What a
funny-
terrible night.
wow,
Oh, what a terrible night.
that was funny though, man. My gosh, that was funny.
wow.
It wasn't funny. In the moment. It was funny now, but it wasn't funny in the
Yeah,
moment.
Well, you got to look back and think
terrible.
of the good time of it, you know.
Yeah,
terrible.
you and Andy being able to laugh about it now.
Navigate
You're like,
to
I'm
the-
not laughing. Andy's the only one
Navigate
laughing.
to the.
Andy's having a
positive.
quarter over here laughing. I'm still.
Oh,
I'm
God.
still in.
It was funny.
Wow.
It was.
Where was I? How come I'm just hearing about this?
I mean, what am I going to do? Call you?
Boy,
I wouldn't have come. Do you have any scary stories, Ann?
not like that.
No, I
Have
mean,
you ever
what
been
about,
haunted?
What about haunted? What about ghosts?
Ghosts. I walk with the ghosts.
Oh God.
I'm a shadow person, you know, live in the
I
shadows.
was born in the dark. You really adopted it.
You know that
What? I was born.
Andy walks into parks at night, dark in the dark.
That's just creepy. He's
No,
a
he
creep.
does. You know
That's
that
what
we
it
were
means.
filming Hawaii Five-0
This is true.
in Hawaii.
Well, okay.
And
I'll-
we would take
Joe,
these
I gotta
walks.
take a walk. I gotta
No,
find a
we
dark
would take
alley
these-
or a
wait.
dark park.
No, we would
something.
take these walks. You know, look,
Recharge.
That's really creepy.
Honolulu's a great place, but there is some crime there, right? So you got to be careful at night. You know, well, just like any big city, even though it's
Oh,
it's surrounded by beauty.
Right, it's
a
surreal
little
because,
deceiving
yeah,
because
these
there
These
is
guys
crime
are a
there.
gas.
Anyway, hold on. So Andy and I, when we were there together, because we were on a couple episodes together at the same time, we would walk to dinner. Okay. And I would always there was a pathway you could get directly to the downtown area from the hotel.
Yes.
But you had to walk through like Sleepy Hollow. You had to walk through like the park.
God.
And I was like, I'm not going to walk through the park. I like the lighted path. I'm just going to go the lighted path around.
I'll explain.
And Andy, literally,
I'll
the
explain.
second time after he walked with me, he was like, Joe, I'm gonna cut through here. And I was like, what? He's like, if you can imagine like this dark, creepy park, like, I'm like, where are you going?
Why?
And I'll never forget it. He walks about, I'm like, Andy, come on, man, just walk with me. And he's about 20 yards into the park, and now he's completely in silhouette. He's dark. And he turns around, I swear to God, he's like, Andy, just walk with me. And he goes, it's okay, Joe. I'm one of the shadow people now.
What?
And I'm like, what? First of all, I had
Did
to
you get him into a rehab facility
no,
for meth?
I walked all the way around, and sure enough, I'm waiting there like 5 minutes, and he emerges from the shadows.
so weird.
He is so creepy.
Gosh, he really took
He was-
Batman too
wait,
seriously
And I said,
as a
Andy,
kid.
why did you do that? He said, Joe, I actually prefer it.
Oh,
I was like, what?
gosh.
You prefer walking in there? And there's some weird
Please.
shit that happens in that park. I'm just going to
No.
leave it at that.
Guys,
It's
okay,
a scary park.
I'm out.
Go
What?
ahead.
Yeah.
No, let Andy
go.
talk. Go ahead.
I was just going to say the path that's lit up that you walk at night
Yeah,
is where all the
more
tourists
dangerous.
walk, and that's where you get robbed. And if you walk in the shadows and you intimidate the shadow people
Oh, my God.
by becoming one, they don't rob you.
Oh, my God.
That's the secret.
The insane don't bother me because I'm insane.
It's kind of,
Be more nuts than the nuts.
you know.
Wow. Okay. Well, I got something for you then to help you bring you into this conversation. Do you remember Halloween on the East Coast, Andy?
Very vaguely, not really. I remember Hesby Street Halloween, but I don't
Talk about the classic.
Oh, dude. First of all, leaves everywhere. You remember tromping through the leaves to get to the houses? Wait, some Halloweens were so cold.
I know. Oh my God.
Do you remember the
pumpkins
dad?
would freeze.
They would, but you remember Dad?
Yeah.
With our group, with our friends, we'd get in the car.
Oh my
and
gosh.
you'd have to drive
Drive
to
to
the
the
house.
houses.
You couldn't walk.
No,
Yeah.
it's
It was,
too
it was
dark
literally
cold.
like 15,
Bring
18
back some
degrees.
very
yeah.
early memories.
Do you remember the raccoons would come?
Of course.
And
Eat
East
the
Coast
pumpkins?
raccoons are way bigger than West Coast.
Yeah. Well,
They would eat
East
the
Coast
pumpkins.
raccoons kick the shit out of West Coast
Oh,
raccoons.
man.
No, but anyway, I just remember freezing. We would run
Oh,
up to the
so
house.
cold.
Took his heat.
Yeah.
You'd run
Yeah,
back
I
down, would have the
remember.
heat blasting in the
Yeah.
car.
I
You'd
remember
race
this.
back in your
'Cause it was
costumes.
Halloween. It was so cold.
So cold on the
Yes,
East
but it was
Yes,
awesome.
it was fun.
And I prefer Halloween
Me
on the
too.
East Coast.
Something's very strange.
They're
Like,
bigger with like the parties out here, but
Yeah,
that's not really the
that's
point
cool.
for me anyway.
The only fun memories I have out here was, look, dressing up with you guys is always fun as
Yeah.
kids, trick or treating, and we did it on both coasts. It was great. Mom would often make our costumes, which was so much fun.
But there are like
I remember like when we were
cool
older.
neighborhoods here to trick
Yeah,
or treat in. It's
yeah.
just not the same.
No, it's not the same. But I do love. Do you remember like when we were like I forget what ages were. We all dressed up as like I think the very last time we all dressed up together as like young guys was when we were vampire slayers. Do you remember that? We all dressed up together
yeah.
out here. That was fun. That was fun being with you guys,
cool.
sort of like, before any responsibility or anything, and just going out and trick-or-treating and having fun together and going to a party. That was neat.
That
But you're
was
right.
cool.
Halloween on the East Coast lends itself
think you can beat
perfectly. You can't. A lot of the holidays on the East Coast for me, Christmas, all that stuff.
Yeah.
It just feels. I mean, you want it to be nice and cold.
Do you guys have any? Do you guys remember like carving jack-o'-lanterns in particular?
With Pop?
Pop,
I
yeah.
still do the old
Pop
classic
had a
jack.
classic
I know.
I do that with my girls
Oh,
now.
man.
I continued on Pop-Pop's tradition, the classic jack.
And then you roast all the nuts and you put them in the
Ah.
it's so
Pumpkin seeds,
fun.
dude.
Yeah.
Scoop out a
Seeds,
big
there you go.
spoon,
Pumpkin
Rinse
seeds.
them off.
rinse them off, put them on a big baking sheet,
right.
lightly
Salt.
salt them, put
Yeah.
them in the oven for
God,
like
we gotta do that. I wanna
We
do
are
that.
gonna do that this
I gotta-
year.
I
Yeah,
gotta
that's
do that.
You know know what? We'll do that
so
this weekend for
We should
sure.
do it on Halloween.
Yep,
carve some
we'll do
pumpkins.
that. We'll do it.
That's
It'll be
super
so much fun.
fun.
There is something weird about, obviously the past week here in California has been in the 80s and 90s. It's weird.
Yeah, it is
It's weird. Yeah. I mean, you can't carve your pumpkin literally a day before.
No,
you can't
I
do
know.
it.
No,
It goes
it'll
in a
rot.
rot.
Yeah.
On the East Coast, you can carve that thing
Oh, yeah.
2 weeks before.
It's
and it
true.
would sit out there carved perfect.
true. Yeah, you're
now
right.
it turns into pumpkin soup
No,
in
I
like
know.
48 hours.
You know,
It's so
I
hot
love
out
when they
here.
just like pumpkins
Yeah.
decompress.
They like turn into
They fold in on themselves and
melting.
become
Well, the
sad
thing
versions of
literally
what they
melting.
once were.
The thing that I really love about the East Coast and Halloween is that when you put your decorations out, like your pumpkins and stuff, the entire neighborhood matches it because nature matches it.
Yeah.
All the trees have these kind of like mangoldly, like Sleepy Hollow look to them because they've dropped their leaves, or their leaves are like red and yellow and orange.
Yeah.
It's so cool. I love it.
Yeah, I like the
Loved it. It's just
too.
the nature kind of reverberates those times of year and the seasons way better for the holidays on the East Coast.
Yeah, I feel like we had some great times. in
I
Pennsylvania.
gotta ask,
man.
favorite
Best memory.
favorite Halloween movie.
Ooh.
It's like a go-to.
See, I don't really have one because honestly,
you
I
suck.
avoid them.
Because you
Yeah.
suck.
Actually,
Signs. I love watching
What?
that one.
Signs?
When that alien walks across that one frame and that alien walks across, it's the most scary moment when
it is
Joaquin
really
Phoenix
good.
is like, ooh,
Yeah.
it freaks me out every time.
To me,
It's
if I had to
amazing,
watch
but that's not a
Halloween
Halloween
movies,
movie.
I don't think so either.
It's like a Tuesday night.
If I had to watch Halloween movies, I would
That one
say
scares me,
my
though.
favorite would be like scary movies because, like I said, I'm with Matt. I don't love the scary movies.
come on, you
But
guys.
I like probably I like the first Halloween
yes,
just because it's classic.
dude, it's so
See, I
good.
can't
That's the
so
one that I
stand.
grew up on.
I can't stand the
I
Halloween.
saw that when
I can't stand them.
And I like the
Dude, some guy in a mask.
Bro,
and-
I
Ay,
rock.
oh,
Okay,
gosh.
we got to talk about Halloween.
and I like. Hold on, wait a minute. We will. And I like Scream. The first
Love
Scream.
Scream.
Oh, there was some.
I
First
agree.
You know
Scream
what?
was badass.
Yeah,
That
I
was,
agree.
You know what? That is a scary movie I can get into. Actually, I actually really enjoyed the first.
But I-
That first Scream
That
was,
was pretty
so cool.
that was a
dude.
great.
that was a
movie.
good one. That
The
was really
phone
good.
call
Dude.
and everything.
Hello, Casey.
Yeah.
What's your
I wouldn't
favorite scary movie?
Yeah, that's
oh
kinda
my!
cool.
By
That's
the way,
kinda
do you know
cool.
what?
Yeah.
Working title of that movie before they named
Was
it
Scary Movie.
was Scary Movie.
Oh,
That's right.
But yeah, Halloween I think is probably.
I was
one of
actually supposed to be in that movie.
the-
Good.
Oh my
Yeah, I
god!
read that script. I read
Yeah.
that script too.
Yeah. Good, Andy.
Have
Sorry.
a conversation
Good,
about
good.
Halloween with myself.
Go ahead. Do it.
What is it about? What's the
What?
movie Halloween about? I love asking this question.
Revenge.
It's
Ooh.
it's actually not.
Joe just
about revenge.
nailed
It
it.
is.
No, it's really not.
Really?
What-
What is
Andy-
it then, Ann?
Listen, I gotta be honest with you.
Enlighten us.
I didn't dive
movie.
into the cerebral
Oh,
side
dude.
of Halloween. So tell us what
Yeah, what is
what
it
the
about?
meaning of Halloween is.
It's about a boy trying to get back to his house.
Okay.
The whole
Oh, is
movie.
it? Is it it's just that simple
The
and
beginning and
sad?
ends
Yeah,
always
you're
ends with him standing in the window, right? Looking
You're
out.
right. You're
So
right.
that's really
So
all.
am I
it's about.
supposed to have compassion for Michael Myers?
No, but how
In a
good was
weird
that? The
way.
song was so good.
Yeah, dude.
I mean,
that was key. Yeah, that
dun,
It's
dun,
almost equivalent.
can
Not
play it.
quite,
Me
but
too.
almost as equivalent to like a Jaws, where when you hear it, you know exactly
mean,
what it
yeah.
is.
Not
Yeah.
quite.
yeah.
I still think Jaws tops that. The dun, when it comes to the impact it had on
Yeah, I guess
society,
you're right.
Jaws
Well,
is still above.
Or the impact it had
John
on
Williams
sharks.
is still the
Yeah.
king of that.
But that was an incredible theme.
I love how Matt's just doing everything he can to pull the conversation away from horror movies.
I know.
Yeah, because I don't like
Well,
them.
dive into them.
Keep
dive-
going, Ann,
dive
because I'm
into
going to
them.
keep pulling you
Yeah.
away into the
What
light.
else are good one?
Into the light.
What else is good?
Well, that makes sense with your
Freddy.
costumes.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're an
Krueger.
angel and Andy's
Nightmare-
got little horns on his
Nightmare on
head.
Elm Street was great.
Nightmare on Elm Street. I'll never forget that because Nightmare on Elm Street came out when I was 9 years old,
Wow.
and everybody, all my friends, wore the costumes the next 2 years. They had the Freddy glove.
Oh, right.
and
of
that
course.
then that
That
striped
was
sweater.
super cool. The knives on it.
That
It's almost
was
like
pretty
Edward
neat.
Scissorhands,
Yes,
kind of.
yes.
Very cool.
So many of my friends were
Yeah, I
Freddy
remember
Krueger
that.
for years after that.
See, and you know what's funny? Okay, you nailed it. Freddy Krueger. I literally, the dreaming thing in your dream.
gosh,
That is
scares
a
the shit out of me.
non-sequitur for
I
me.
know. I don't like it.
I
Don't
never
fall
I
asleep.
heard the premise. Even I
Dude,
remember going
it's
12 years
great.
old, going, "No, thank." You could keep that away
So
from me. I've never
jarring.
seen a single scene of Freddy Krueger. In fact,
What?
That's not true. I saw one scene, and he comes up
What?
with the fire in
Right.
her dream, and that was it.
Oh,
I was
dude.
done. I
I
was
know.
out.
It
I
is
don't want that
scary.
in my mind.
Bro,
no,
you never
thank
see
you.
Johnny Depp and Freddy Krueger?
No, thank you.
This is your brain. This is your
No,
brain
thank you. I don't
oh,
want anything to
God,
do
you
with it.
guys.
Nope.
Wow. Yeah.
You
Andy,
guys.
tell us about. You have a vast knowledge of horror movies.
Love
and
horror
slasher
movies. Yeah.
So tell us your top 5.
Well, Halloween.
Okay,
for
well that's
sure.
okay. That's mine as well.
Love Scream. That's probably up there. You know.
It is. I love Scream.
Exorcist keeps getting funnier every single time I see it.
That's Beetlejuice.
And
Actually, Beetlejuice would be a Halloween movie.
I love.
for me.
You know
I
what?
love
You're right.
Beetlejuice.
I love Beetlejuice.
That would be the type of Halloween
love
movie I'd put on.
Beetlejuice. Love
Beetlejuice is a great movie. I watch it all year round though.
So
It's great.
we'll do my playlist the night before Halloween.
Okay, fine.
We'll do Andy's playlist on Halloween because
Yes.
he's crazy, and we'll do your playlist the day after.
Perfect.
All right,
Love
cool.
it. Love it.
3 days
Of
just binging crate movies.
yes.
Some scary, just some thriller.
Yeah. What do you think, Andy?
How do you like this plan, Ann? Come
Wow.
on, you can mine are Beetlejuice and Signs. You don't think you can sit through those?
No, I can't. I watch this all the time.
Mine are Beetlejuice and Aliens.
What
And
about,
Signs.
like-
Aliens is a good
What about
movie, too.
Psycho? Or
You
some
know,
of those old school.
Psycho's okay.
Psycho's cool.
You know,
Psycho's
horror
cool.
movies.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Now,
Psycho's cool.
The thing about them
The
is,
original Chainsaw Massacre, honestly, is so disturbing.
yeah, I can't.
It's
Not
It
that-
is honestly
No,
so
thank you.
It is.
freaking
Yep, I don't
disturbing.
I don't like the
God.
gore. I don't like watching
No.
that kind of stuff. I mean,
No.
to be honest, I still
What's
have
the
images in my
goriest?
brain from news stories when I see that kind of stuff, and I actually
News
steer away from
stories?
all of it. I don't like it, man.
Scary stuff.
What's like
It
the
is, it's scary.
goriest horror movie?
I don't know. Why don't you look it up?
Man, I'm gonna...
There's some out there.
Oh, Evil Dead's amazing.
There's some that just
Sam Raimi, right? You gotta
I
love
don't
that.
understand
No, I'm
why
not watching that.
you
hell?
want to just sell tickets for shock, gore factor, and to like put all these bad
no, there's
seeds in
different-
people's
there's-
brains.
well, hold
It's
on,
not
hold
the
on.
kind of stuff I want to make.
Well, hold on,
Let's put it
dude.
that way.
There's different types of horror, right? There's like suspense horror, there's gore horror, there's all sorts of stuff. So you have to learn to navigate.
Silence of the Lambs, that kind of
Great
stuff.
movie. I watched it
Jeez.
last night.
These are my Halloween.
I
ones.
literally
They-
watched
believe me,
it last
They get you in
night.
there. They trip you out. But I'm not. I don't want demons. Keep
Dude,
them away
yeah,
from
demons,
me. I don't
I
want
agree.
devils.
No.
I don't want hauntings in your brain.
I
I,
agree
don't
with
want
you.
any of that.
Silence
stuff.
of the Lambs.
No
I
thanks.
watched it last night.
Did you?
Yeah, actually, I think they really need to do a final installment with Jodie Foster and Anthony Hopkins.
That would be so
now.
badass. That would be so badass.
I liked a bunch of those movies. in that
Hannibal was
series,
great. Red
actually.
Dragon was great.
Yeah,
They're all
they
good.
were-
I love all
don't-
those.
I don't
yeah.
love seeing people in pain. It's tough.
Yeah, dude, I'm
You
not
know,
down.
It's tough to see people in
Yeah,
pain.
you're right.
Like,
You're right.
I don't mind being like having a thrill and
Like
being like on
hostile.
the edge of my seat,
Ooh.
Yeah.
but seeing people in pain,
I'm with you
I
on
feel
that.
like that.
I'm
You
with
know?
dude.
Yeah.
That's a great.
Yeah.
That's a great way to put it. I'm
I don't
totally
love
with
it.
you like
Don't
that.
love it.
People or animals in pain.
Speaking of
me
pain,
off.
yeah, you know that. Speaking of pain, like there's a lot of real life pain. You know, I mean, that not to digress, but you know, my wife when she was having Dylan, right,
Oh, well,
our
I mean,
9 month.
childbirth.
Wait a minute,
That's
wait a
where
minute, yeah.
men
Speaking
can
of
just
pain,
never-
right. She said,
never
you know,
compete.
it's true. She had it with a midwife, right? So no drugs,
Wow.
all natural.
Oh, right.
First
Wow.
time that I had ever
no
been through that.
epidural.
No epidural, nothing,
Wow.
nothing, not a Tylenol, guys. Not a Tylenol,
Great
babe.
job.
Not a
Great job,
Tylenol.
Sam.
You're
That's
a
pretty
you're a
impre-
rock star. It was the first time I'd ever been through something like that. You know,
Totally.
where she hadn't gone. I mean, I kid you not, guys. First of all, my wife doesn't take Tylenol to begin with, but she didn't
Right.
have a Tylenol, not an Advil,
incredible.
nothing. The entire
It's
pregnancy.
incredible.
The entire pregnancy. Okay. And I'm going through this with her, and we had this amazing midwife who was great, you know. But do you know, and this is true scientifically, that having a baby natural, okay,
Mhm.
with no drugs,
Mhm.
is the equivalent
Mhm.
of fracturing 22 bones in your body at the same time. That's the pain threshold
Wow.
that my wife went through.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, women are
Now,
spectacular.
we are not.
creatures, aren't they?
I wouldn't. I mean, in all
Amazing.
honesty, yeah. And
Wow.
she was.
Let me just break 20 bones for you,
she
kid.
was my hero. I mean,
Yeah, that's
watching her do
awesome.
this, you're just going like, how are you
It's
doing this?
amazing, right?
How are you doing
That's
this?
the miracle.
And
of
she's
life
so
right
lucid.
there.
She's not out of it. You know, I
Right.
mean, like there's nothing there, so she
Right.
feels every moment.
Wow,
It
what
was
an honor.
unbelievable. Yeah. Now, look, she reminds me of it often too, because you know, I got honestly, you know what? A couple of days ago, and this is true, and I wasn't trying to be dramatic, but I got a hangnail. Okay, wait a minute, and it was very painful. It was very fun. Do you ever have a hang? They
A
are very
hangnail,
painful.
Joe?
No, it was a bad one.
Look at this paper cut,
Yeah.
sweetheart.
This hangnail.
A hangnail.
I couldn't touch the inside of my finger.
7
Right,
pounds, 8
right,
ounces.
Right. So
Yeah, I know.
I said, this hangnail is killing me. It was so painful. I was like, I got to get it. You know how you got to clip it? And if
Yeah.
you don't clip it, it hurts. It
Yeah.
hurts with everything you touch. And she was like, she said to me, she said, really? Is it the equivalent of fracturing 22 bones at the same time? I was like, I don't know, but it's painful. It definitely hurts. No, but she was like,
Hangnail strangler.
yeah, she was amazing. You know, she tells this funny story, right? I mean, it's not funny. We can laugh about it now, okay? But we bring Dylan home, okay? And, you know, I mean, it was a crazy night. Not to mention,
Yeah, I'm sure.
she was home from the midwife's 6 hours after she had Dylan. No overnight. We're home, trying to figure it out, right? I mean, she was like lucid and actually functioning and breastfeeding and doing all these incredible things. She was, I'm telling you, rock star,
Yeah.
okay? So, you know, the first night is always, obviously.
I don't know. I have no
Wild,
idea.
wild, yeah. Okay, so
I can't imagine you
And
get much sleep at all.
You
Just
don't.
because you just want to
No,
probably
you
just
don't.
stare
You
over
don't.
this
And-
little thing.
And this little thing was like latched to her and right here the whole night,
Yeah.
right? So she's like
Precious,
this,
man.
and I'm right there, and the whole thing, and it was amazing. But just one of those guy moments, those stupid guy moments. So I wake up the next morning, and we must have had maybe 45 minutes of sleep, but we had woken up from whatever sleep we had gotten.
Right.
It was probably like 6 o'clock in the morning,
Okay.
and God bless her. I mean, a train, hit
I
my wife,
know.
right? So, and she's laying there, and she's like, "Hey, good morning," and I get up, and I'm like, "Let me make us some breakfast," and she's like, "Okay." So I stand up, and I'm like, literally, I wasn't even thinking, and it wasn't like I wasn't like complaining, but I was up, and I was like, "Oh my god!" She throws this back in my face all the time. I'm like, "Oh God, I'm so sore right now. I slept horrible." And, I'm so sore. And she's like, "What did you just say?" I'm like, I'm so stiff.
I didn't
She's
get
like,
a wink of sleep.
"Are you stiff? You're stiff."
Yeah.
Wow.
And then you really just cap it all off with asking her, "Hey, baby, how do you like your eggs?
Jesus.
Scrambled or fertilized?"
Oh my God. No, she was. Anyway, she throws it in my face all the time.
What?
You're stiff. You're stiff.
What?
I was like, yeah, I slept. Oh, I'm a little stiff. What a night. No, but anyway. So
That's funny.
it was
man.
but that's pain.
I
Like
can't-
that
I
is
can't
pain.
compete with
But to that point,
Come
I don't
on.
like seeing anybody in movies in pain,
Yeah, I
especially when
know.
it drags on. We're gonna
This
have to
thing on
fact-
my head is really annoying, people.
He's wearing a little angel halo for
These
people
little
that are just
feathers keep
listening.
falling on my nose, and it just keeps falling off. I hate this thing.
Yeah,
It's hard being an angel, isn't it?
it's hard. It's hard. It's hard being an angel, filled with all this goodness, constant goodness.
You see me all grumpy.
That'd be funny, like the grumpy angel. It's funny, right? The one.
Well,
that-
that's
there was
kind
a
of
movie.
like
Sometimes I just
Michael
wanna let
with-
loose.
Michael. That's right.
with
John Travolta.
And then there was another there was an element of that in another movie. And you guys are gonna have to help me out with this. With come on, the Blues brother, the guys the brothers, James and Jim Belushi, but James, not Jim.
Oh, really?
Or was it Jim? Jim did a movie where like something happens to him. He gets the chance to like it's like he almost becomes an angel or something.
Really?
Yeah, this is a movie like this. What is this movie?
There was a cool movie called Heart and Souls, which
With
was kind of
Robert Downey. That was
Robert
great.
Downey was great. That was another
a
really
great
good. Where the bus. I remember he was like on a bus ride.
Oh, yeah.
To like heaven, and he has to figure it out. Super
Remember them
cool.
sitting on the light pole?
Yeah.
just watching everybody.
Great
It was a cool
movie.
Cool
Yeah.
movie. Yeah.
Very cool.
Robert Downey Jr. also did another good movie, not to digress into Robert Downey Jr., but called Chances Are, back in the 80s with Sybil Shepherd.
That movie.
Great movie. He goes back reincarnated.
Yes.
Her husband, I think, died, and he came
Oh,
back
my gosh.
as this
Yeah,
young
that
guy.
was
But
so
then
great.
he was like, "Wait a minute, you're my husband," and it was a great movie.
That was a cool time in cinema where they were really exploring the what if the after.
What if the- Ghost.
Yeah,
was another
Ghost.
great movie.
Yeah.
Patrick Swayze
So
and Demi
cool.
Moore. Yeah, the late
You
Patrick
guys
Swayze.
have turned my horror movie conversation into
Oh, guys,
Yeah.
Ghost was beautiful.
heaping
Ghost.
pile.
Remember when they're making the
Can I
pottery?
help it? I mean,
Remember when they're making the pottery? I'm an angel. That's what I do. I bring good to the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna rob you guys. of
What's your favorite
spirits.
Western, Joe?
Favorite westerns?
Good and Bad, the Ugly?
No,
Unforgiven is mine.
I loved Unforgiven. So good.
Ooh. Love that movie.
Yeah. True Grit was great.
Another great movie, dude.
Great movie,
movie.
dude.
Great movie.
Let me think.
Fistful of Dollars?
What?
Fistful of Dollars?
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Cool.
There's a bunch of great westerns. Honestly,
You know, they've tried to remake that and it just never works.
Never
man.
works.
Never works for
no,
some reason.
no. The Alamo. Good one. Davy Crockett. No, that was not West.
That was a frontier.
It was Frontier.
Have you ever
I
played-
love Davy
have you ever
Crockett.
played Red
The original
Dead?
Disney Davy Crockett. I don't know what. Maybe I love that movie.
Something about it.
Born on a mountaintop in Tennessee, killed a bar when he was only 3.
There's something about it. Yeah.
I love that movie. Hello, Crockett.
Oh,
If you haven't seen Davy Crockett, I
doesn't
swear.
he have a like a raccoon and he made as a
Coonskin
hat?
cap. Yeah. Yeah.
You guys are.
Oh man, it was a good movie. Fess Parker played Davy Crockett.
Oh, I remember him.
Yeah, dude, he was great.
Yeah,
he was great.
cool.
He was great.
Wow.
Remember Buddy Epson was in it?
Yeah.
I don't know, Davy. Remember his right-hand pal? And Davy Crockett, the real story is kind of amazing. Like he ran for Congress. He actually won a seat in
What?
Congress. Yes,
know this.
he did. Now then they made a sequel called Davy Crockett and the Riverboat Pirates. That was not as good, but the original Davy Crockett was fantastic.
Interesting.
One of those great early Disney movies, like Swiss Family Robinson.
Yeah.
It's also kind of a cool like live-action Disney movie.
Yeah.
It was really neat. It was a great time. Yeah. So what are your plans going to be for Halloween? What are you going to be doing?
Well,
You're looking at it.
Yeah. No. Okay. Well, I'm lucky because my lady has the same feeling about Halloween, so we're gonna watch like feel-good movies.
Cool.
That's what we're gonna do.
Nice.
We're gonna make some food.
Sleepless in Seattle.
What?
Yep.
You know,
You got mail.
Oh
man.
gosh.
Yeah.
No.
Shanghai Noon.
No. Shanghai Noon. No. We might
Which is actually a great
we
movie.
might
great
rent like a
movie.
new
Really
movie
good.
that we haven't seen or something.
All right,
like
cool.
that.
Ooh, like
You know,
what?
Cool.
I don't know.
Gridiron Gang. Something like
That's an oldie but goodie.
The Replacements. What?
Oh
These really
my
weird
Keanu
movies.
Reeves.
Keanu Reeves.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Keanu Reeves marathon, The Replacements.
my God.
Walk in the Clouds and The Replacements.
Oh
a double
my-
Keanu
no,
feature.
No.
I'm not free.
But that's it. And
Victoria.
to be honest, that's pretty much what I've done for a long
Perfect.
time now.
Perfect.
you know?
Andy, what are you going to be doing?
Who knows?
Perfect.
We'll probably have some kids stop by. I'll get a
Who
thing of
knows
candy
what
for the
type of
kids.
mischief I'll find myself
Andy-
in?
Oh, God. He goes into dep again.
Yeah, he
That's
does.
not.
I'll
guys-
find myself.
What are you gonna do for Halloween, Andy? And they just cut to him in that like low shot. He's on his bike.
Oh,
it's all
God.
dark.
Yeah.
I will find the darkness
Yeah.
tonight.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Riding through the valley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are the shadows?
Yeah.
My people, shadow people.
The Shadow knows.
Yeah.
Remember that movie?
The Shadow
Was
knows.
Alec Baldwin in that?
Yeah.
Was it? I thought that was Liam Neeson.
No, it was
No,
Alec
that was
Baldwin.
Dark
Man. Ooh, that was cool.
Yeah.
Dark
I'd watch
Man.
Dark
was
Man for
cool.
Halloween.
Yeah, that'd
That's
be fun.
kind
That'd
of
be
a
fun.
Halloweeny movie.
You're such an idiot. I love it. Andy just laughs at everything we say.
I know,
He's
he's
just
so
so cool now. We're gonna beat him up later.
I think so too.
We're gonna definitely beat him up. Andy, so you don't know what you're doing, huh?
Nope.
All right.
What about you? Are the girls going? Are they?
Yeah, I mean,
Libby?
no, Libby and Charlie really don't trick or treat.
No, not anymore, right?
No. We're gonna probably maybe take Dylan out.
I would
for
love
her
for you
first
to-
little trick or treat for
You
a
should
minute.
force it. You should force it. Come
Like,
on,
force
girl.
them-
What is
Yeah.
Dylan dressing
Get
up
up and
as?
go out.
She's being a cow.
A cow.
Yeah, she can have a little cow costume.
That's cute.
She's really cute. Yeah,
That's.
yeah.
Do you remember
So-
Beulah?
Beulah the cow.
Do you remember Beulah?
I do. Pop made us that. Yeah. Our Pop would make us some amazing. He would do these
It's
incredible.
a hobby for fun, you know.
Yeah, he was an architect
He was
by
an architect,
trade.
yeah.
Super artistic, creative guy. Could literally draw anything.
Yep. Draw anything and could make anything out of wood.
And you know, my Charlie has that. I mean,
I know she does.
Yeah.
Yeah,
got
she
it.
Well,
has
Mom
that
can draw.
artistic
Yeah.
gene.
and Charlie is a genius, just amazing.
She's-
artist.
she is
Just
an
never
amazing
had a
artist.
lesson.
Nope.
Incredibly gifted guy. You've seen her pictures of her hummingbirds, and
No,
even when she was a little girl,
she can visualize an object and her brain can translate it into a picture.
It
and she can
is.
draw it.
She's
It's just the way it works.
astoundingly
Yeah.
talented.
She understands depth of
Stunningly
perception,
talented.
all of it.
Yeah,
Never was touched. Her brain just kind of gets it.
that's it.
Super cool.
So our Pop would make these wood. I have the lovebirds,
Mm-hmm.
the love doves in my house. He made that for me and Pop.
Yeah.
He made the sunflower,
Oh, yeah.
right? Because it was Meme's favorite flower.
Yep.
And then he made Beulah the cow.
So cool. I love
yeah,
Beulah the
was
cow.
great, man. He was so.
And that was
cool.
one of the very few he actually painted.
color. Yeah,
She was
the
in color.
udders. The udders were pink, and the black spots were black.
Well, black
The natural was the wood.
was the wood. Right.
So,
So
dude, it
cool,
was so cool, man.
Yeah.
It was really neat.
was
Yeah,
cool.
Pop, man. It was
Yeah.
just his birthday,
I know.
October 15th.
That's right.
Harry Shaw.
10, 15, 25 is the year he was born.
Yep.
yeah?
20.
Happy 98th, Pop.
Yeah.
Happy
Wow.
98th, Pop. It's crazy, isn't it, to think how life, guys,
know.
it's so crazy, right? It just goes so fast. It really does. I mean,
You know, we had a little deal, Pop and I.
did you?
Yeah. Towards the end there, I was blessed to be able to spend that time next to him.
Yeah.
And we made a little deal that if it was possible to be a ghost and haunt, he
Yeah.
would let me know.
Really?
And he hasn't, so
That's awesome.
so I'm kind of not thinking, because I think if it was possible,
He would have.
he would have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So but yeah, that was our
Yeah.
deal we made.
I didn't know that.
He did this amazing thing. I just gotta say this real quick, but
Yeah.
he towards the end there he still kept his sense of humor, and he
course.
was looking back at what he thought was, or I guess what he would put it on as the joke was his thermometer or his speedometer,
Yeah.
and he was like, how many miles I got left on the tank, and he was like, is it at zero? Is it at negative?
Oh my gosh.
Anyway,
Awesome, dude. Yeah.
so yeah, we had a little deal.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he will.
Maybe.
You know? I know he had a lot of catching up to do with Meme, right? So
Oh,
maybe
I'm
he's,
sure. There was
yeah.
what, 8 to 10 years between them?
It was let me see. It was just about.
Just about, right.
Yeah. So
Wow.
crazy, right?
yeah.
Yeah, it's so
Unreal.
crazy. I was just talking about this with Sam the other day, and just how blessed we were to have our great grandmother alive.
I mean, just to be able to know.
we had
her.
great grandma until
I
I
know.
was almost 22 years
I
old.
know. Well, she
you
lived
know?
to 99 years old,
I
so
know.
that helps.
I know. How about this? Sam had her great grandmother, okay, till she was like 30.
Wow.
Her great grandmother.
Wow. How when did she? How old?
She was 99.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, Dylan's got some good genes there.
I know. Hopefully they all do.
Cool.
I mean, our parents on both sides are healthy, thank God. And
You want to hear something interesting?
Yeah.
That I thought when I had kids, I would tell them, and maybe you could tell your girls this.
What?
It kind of opened my eyes about, you tell your kids and you tell when you meet somebody younger, like, oh, I wish you could learn from my mistakes. Like,
Yeah.
be careful of what you put in your body. Be careful of the environments you put yourself in.
Yeah.
Like the people you surround yourselves.
I
Well,
tell 'em
did
that
you
all the
know that they're just starting to uncover that your genes store all of the experiences you put your body through
Wow.
in your gene code. That's how
Wow.
we get better at living in the environment that we are in.
Of course, that makes perfect sense.
Right?
Yeah.
So now when you think about that, and you think about the fact that you pass that on to your kids,
Wow.
well, do you really want to put yourself in some of those bad environments?
Yep.
Do you really want to put that stuff into your body? Because
I'll
you will be
probably-
passing that on to your children.
Maybe not have kids. Just kidding. Just kidding.
And he's like, I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah.
He's crying in a corner. What have I done? I'm sorry, future children. I'm sorry. Oh my God. I'm feeling pretty good about my kids, then.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, no. I think I might have birthed a child of Satan. We can't let this one take over the world.
Firstborn comes out. What is this kid? Is a freak. It's all of your combined experiences, Andy. All accumulated into this little being.
Oh,
my God. Oh my
Hell child.
Oh my God.
Oh, my gosh.
Wait till they get a load of me.
Oh, when it's like a tiny little bit,
right.
aren't you a little people come up to the baby?
Bite
aren't
your
you a
finger
little-
off. All right, guys. Well, all I can say is that's been
That's our Halloween
That's
episode.
our Halloween
Are you
episode.
serious?
Yeah.
Is it over?
That's
think
it,
so,
guys.
guys.
So many
Yeah.
more ghost
Have a
stories.
great
I know.
weekend.
Yes.
Moreover, have a great Halloween.
Happy
Be
Halloween.
safe.
Be safe. Enjoy the
Check
holiday.
the candies.
Yes.
Something we have to
Lots
worry
of
about these
festivities.
days.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Spread the love.
Be
Spread
well,
the love.
be safe.
Happy
We love
Halloween.
you guys.
Yep.
God
Thank
bless.
you.
We'll see you all next week
See you
on
next
the
week.
Brotherly Love Pod. The Pod to Pod.
Pod to pod, baby.
God
Pod
bless
to
everybody. Have a great weekend. Have a
Thank
great
you.
Halloween. Bye, guys.
Hey, guys, the Lawrence brothers here.
We just want to thank you for watching this week's episode of the Brotherly Love Pod.
Go to our link tree and subscribe on all platforms.
And make sure you join us
Next week.